with it.
No, I'll just get angry at him.
Well, here, let's do it this way.
Continually, so I just wanted to know that.
Hang on. Let's do it this way. Can you just so that you're not straw manning? Can you just steel man my argument? Just be quiet while you steel man it. That way, I know you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what that means.
It just means repeat my argument to me, so I know you know what it means.
You said that women are better suited being at home raising children, and they shouldn't stand in other women's way. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't even know the argument. So why were you arguing if you don't even know the argument?
Well, I don't have a.
Now, you see, Lacey, this is what I was talking about. That you say, well, it's rude of you to interrupt, but it's like, if you're going to straw man my position, you can't even repeat back my argument. Of course, I'm going to interrupt and tell you that.
She's asking you, and she's clarifying if that's what you said, because she may have heard it from other people.
Who cares? Well,
like for the same way, if I heard, like for example.
All right, I gotta go, guys. You keep muting me. I gotta go.
Okay. Well, if Blue says, or if someone tells me that Blue says something,
yeah,
and then
I don't. If you mute, you lose.
No, it's running.
It's you muting, so you losing.
Continue our 1v1, but
yeah, let's continue the 1v1, but don't. Okay, here's the thing though. If you want to do the 1v1, I want the promise. Hang on, Uzi, calm down. Uzi, calm down.
Oh,
I promise I'll do the one-on-one if everybody here promises they won't mute me.
Okay, go ahead.
Hang on, I want the promise.
I promise.
Okay.
I
promise.
All right. I believe you. You wouldn't lie to me, Uzi.
I would never lie.
You would never lie to me, Uzi. Okay. All right.
What about me? You think I would lie to you?
Yeah, I do. I do think you would lie to me. Yes.
It's because I'm a woman.
Not because you're a woman, but because you were gaslighting about the list thing earlier.
Oh my god,
bro. Okay, I won't mute him. I won't mute him.
Yeah, him have his one-on-one with Lacey. I can't.
I'll repeat your argument.
Okay.
So we can get back on track. So you said that it's okay for men to not vote for.
Well, that's a different argument than the one I was just having.
You said, I understand that. I don't know anything about you or your last podcast. I truly don't know who you are, so I can't really speak on what you've said in the past.
No. This is the. I'm saying that's not the argument I was having with Megan a second ago. That's a different argument that you're bringing up.
Well, I'm not talking about the argument that you've had with Megan. I'm talking about the one we were originally having.
Oh, okay. Sure. Go ahead.
So, you said it's okay for men not to vote for Kamala because simply she's a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you think it's okay for people to vote for other people based upon like what sex they are, or what gender they are, or what color they are.
Yeah, sure.
So I want to know why that's Katie.
What's wrong with it? People vote. So I don't think that most people understand the basics of civics. I don't think that they've ever read the Constitution. I don't think that they understand the basics of politics, and yet we let them vote all the time based purely on emotion. If that's the case, I don't know why I would have a leg to stand on restricting them from having like arbitrary whims about who they do and don't vote for.
Right, that's where I disagree.
Okay, so we should get a voting test then, right?
Right, I don't believe that people should be voting based upon emotions.
But they do, but that's what most people vote on.
Yeah,
right?
I understand. I feel like there should be like some kind of limit to the point where like I don't know how to explain it, or some kind of
test. Do you want a test like me? Yes, a test.
Or
yes.
Not really like a test where you.
Oh, not a test.
Or, like, I don't know how to explain it, because people are going to vote on emotion no matter what. There's no like way to stop it. But I do not think it's right. I do not think it's right at all. I'm not going to vote for someone because they're white and I'm white. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to vote for somebody because they're good at politics and because they're good for this country and our economy. Not because they're white, not because they're a man, not because they're a woman.
Yeah, so what? What does that have to do with anything? I'm glad I'm glad that that's your emotional. That's your. But that do you realize that's an emotional state as well?
Yeah, wanting someone to be president based on facts and not emotion.
Yeah, but that's an emotional state as well. That you believe that.
Yes,
but
I understand that. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, so all you're saying is based on my emotion, people shouldn't vote based on their emotion.
Yeah, but I'm not voting based on my emotions.
Well, I don't know. You just gave a criteria for how people should vote based on your emotions, your emotional status, and then you're saying that they shouldn't vote on their emotions. Because you feel that way?
An opinion.
Because they feel, because you feel that way?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So just so I got this right, you feel like people shouldn't use their feelings to vote.
I'm not saying they shouldn't use completely all their feelings to vote, but when it comes down to like you're just basing it on like stereotypes or who this person is or what they are, and not based upon like their history, what they've done so far, and stuff like that. That's why I didn't vote for Kamala.
Yeah, but
Not because she's a woman.
But it's that history and things like that which affect your emotional state, right? So you're still voting on feelings?
I said not purely based on feelings. You shouldn't vote so purely based on feelings.
Okay, well, where's the limit? Like, how much logic is required versus feelings as a percentage?
I mean, honestly, majority logic. Why would you want to just vote somebody?
So how could you determine it's 51% to 49% logic versus feelings?
How would I don't know.
Yeah, you couldn't determine that. So it's just like
exactly. So
the only thing. But one thing we could do, we could have a civics test. We could have an actual test that people had to go through to vote, but it would disenfranchise a lot of people. I bet you're not for that, though, right?
Deciding if they're voting on majority of emotion or not.
No, it's just a basic civics test so that we know that they understand how the government works and how policymaking works and things like that.
Why would I disagree with that?
So then I guess you're in my camp then. What we need to do is disenfranchise most people, and we can do that by giving a test for voting. Perfect.
But wouldn't that not be a part of your opinion if you're only voting based upon if they're not a woman or not?
Well, I still think that men can pass that civics test and then still not vote for Kamala based on the fact that she's a woman.
I mean, women can also take that test and pass it. So it's just
I agree. Women can take that test and they can also pass it. But the thing that's interesting is like women are the ones who are the least likely to vote for women based on them being women, not men.
Yeah, you're voting based on them not being women, but I'm kind of
I'm saying women are also voting based on them not being women. So women don't like female politicians.
I'm not gonna say one can't have an opinion the other. I disagree with that as well.
What do you mean?
Because you're saying women also do that as well. Like, what is that? What point of saying that? But I don't believe that we should just. I'm honestly saying that we shouldn't vote based upon what they are. If they're a woman, if they're a man, if they're black.
Well, what criteria should people be able to, or should people vote on? Based on what?
Right, based on their history. Have they ever been a felon? Have they ever been in the political system? Have they ever done good in that political system? Especially from vice presidents that go into presidents. Did they do good as a vice president?